Hey, welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you may be. Welcome back. It's so good to be here with you. I've got my live share hat on today. They've released a bunch of new features for live share. Haven't made it into Visual Studio 2019 version yet, but I'm really excited to see updates and improvements on a feature of something in Visual Studio, whether it's Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio proper 2019, that really improves how we're working. So I figured I'd wear that today. How's it going there, chat room? Webface CA, yo, how's it going? Copper Beardy, Boop is here. Let's see. Banging headache with all the drilling on the house wall. Sorry to hear that, Copper Beardy. Welsh Ronaldo, good morning. Codeman Codes, hello, hello. Raphael, UNT Walker. I'm going to be running to the post office, I believe, later today, and we're going to send out a couple of those stickers. Conficient, hello. Ultra Mark, you're banging your head against the wall. Oh. And TBD Gamer, great to see you. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We had a lot of fun yesterday. Let me tell you how much I enjoyed. We had Carl Franklin, we had Richard Campbell join us, and we recorded .NET Rocks live here on stream. Great conversation, a lot of fun, and some interesting banter afterwards. I'm glad some of you were able to stick around for that. It was a great conversation, right? And it's good to have those types of discussions and start to see multiple sides to the same problem, right? And get different people's inputs. Let me get some music playing here in the background, and we'll talk about today's project and the feature that we're going to work on today. You know what? Let's play. We're going to play, of course, Music to Code By from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. We saw him yesterday. He wasn't impressed there at the end of the stream. Just kind of sitting there. Never mind, it was frozen frame, but hey, whatever. Today I think we'll play. I'm gonna play Green. There we go. This is music that's designed to get you in the groove, get you in the flow, so that whatever task it is that you're working on, all your other concerns kind of fade away and you're able to get into focus, hyper focus on whatever that task is. Whether it's writing code, writing documentation, or just doing chores around the house, doing homework. Check it out, mtcb.pwop.com, and you can get your copy of the music and enjoy it just like we are here on stream. Thanks so much, Carl. We appreciate you letting us listen to your music and write code together here on stream. All right. So how's it going there, chat room? What's the latest? It's been so long since we've been together. Our friend Copper Beardy shared a link in Discord. We have a Discord here on the channel. You know we have a Discord. And this was a post from Steve Sanderson, who's the original author, built the prototype, and is leading a lot of the development effort for the Blazor framework. This is that client-side WebAssembly targeting framework that we're using to build applications. And he wrote a blog post here that Copper Beardy shared about unit testing those components. Now, this is something that's not done yet. This is a prototype that Steve shared with us. And it does some interesting things in here to help test and interact with this block right here and verify that the stuff in the rest of our markup looks right. So he wrote some capabilities for, at least in this prototype, for you to be able to hook up to a component and trigger an event, right? Clicking a button here in this case, and taking a look and finding an element inside the rendered HTML and inspecting it. That's interesting. That's nice. For my purposes, for the way that I like to test things, I look at this and think this is too much because now I'm testing user interface and I'm outside the bounds of business logic. So I like where we're going with our unit test structure a little bit better, and I hope we can write some unit tests today. I hope. We'll see when we get into the project. Frackberg says, happy hump day. Indeed. Oh my gosh, it is. It's Wednesday. Halfway through the week, but it feels like it's already so much further because here in the States, Monday was a holiday. Although some of us worked anyway. What mischief, says Svava. What mischief? You're going to ask me what mischief?
Are these really the questions that I was called here to answer?
Really? Are these the questions that you called me here into this stream to answer, Svava? Come on now. You know what I mean?
You're amazing. You figured this all out already.
I did. I've got all these buttons here, Hans, that with sound effects, and I press them when I want to have silly retorts at people. And then? I find another menu, and I go find another silly retort. And then? Well, maybe I'll right. I can press one like this.
I expect you to die.
Yes, Auric Goldfinger. I expect you to. Did he die at the end of that, or was he just arrested? I can't remember if Goldfinger died at the end of Goldfinger. Not no mischief. But.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yeah. There'll be plenty of mischief. Oh, there will be. But.
You have to ask me nicely.
You do have to ask me nicely. Ash Caravan is here. Hey, Ash. Good to see you. Goldfinger was sucked out of an airplane. That's right.
Copper Beer gifted Freiburg a subscription. Copper Beer gifted a tier 1 sub to Freiburg. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Thank you so much for that gift sub. Congratulations, Frackberg. And thank you very much, Copperbeardy. The echo there, for some reason, it only happens on the first alert, but then it goes away for the rest of the rest of the stream, and I still can't find it. Good morning, Orc Brat. You should be on a work call, but they keep putting it off. Well, that's okay. Just hang out. Have fun with us. We'll write some code together. We're gonna have a good time, and you'll learn a little C# today, Ash. Brian Lagunas, what are we doing today? We are working with server-side Blazor. We've been working with this project called the Pixel Bot that we originally wrote for our friend Quiltony. And we wanted to scale this up. We had a bunch of other folks that wanted similar chatbot features on Twitch, and it made sense to build something that could run multi-threaded so that each streamer has their own set of features that they could configure, enable, and disable. So we built using the actor model with aka.net and started enabling features that interact with chat. Now we're starting to build the ability to interact with widgets on screen, but first, before we can interact with widgets, we need to be able to do configuration. So we're building a configuration screen using server-side Blazor. So I forgot to mention, with that sub, I'll make a donation to Coder Dojo, and today, yeah, I actually started yesterday, but today's my first stream where we just started September. So all month long, subscriptions are, is it half off? Half off here on Twitch to buy a subscription? I think that's what the number is. Do I have that right? First time subs? I can't remember. It might. I'm terrible with these things. Blogs, Twitch, TV. Does it say what September? No. What is the Twitch blog? It's single blog. During September, 50% off the first month of new tier 1 subs. That's what it is. There we go. Blazor Mr. Magoo.
Blazor Mr. Magoo just resubscribed for 17 months.
17?
Love and Blazor.
Thank you so much, Blazor Mr. Magoo. Yes. Oh, that is terrific. Yeah. Lots of Blazor. We're going to be doing that for a little bit here. Where'd it go? 50% off new tier 1 subscriptions. There you go. What about gift subs? If you have any active gift subs or Twitch Prime subs, continue your subscription for 50% off. Nice. Okay. 10% more bits when you cheer 10 or more in any channel. Subway will be gifting subscriptions in various channels. They're not here. Subway on Twitch. Tune in when Subway launches their very own Twitch channel. You get to watch sandwiches being made, I guess, or something. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. Cool. So that's going on. And they're also doing... Walter!
Call to just resubscribed for 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. And, oh, yeah, there will be plenty of donations coming up here. Oh, for sure. And that's just fun. I'm more than happy to help. National Hispanic Heritage Month on Twitch. Are they going to get mad at me? Subway bonus. There we go. Look at that. Cheering with a... See, now in Philadelphia, we would call that a hoagie. 50% off only on desktop and web browser. Yeah, because they when you buy bits or subscriptions on iPhone, Apple takes their 30%. Wow, look at all the folks, Hispanic pride here. That's great. Neat. Okay. So we're working on this bot. And we've built out some logic for the actor model for interacting with chat and for triggering, hopefully, some widgets on screen. So we're working through that, and we need to build the configuration piece. Now, we started with, and we had to figure out, well, how do I reach into the actor model that Akka has built out for us? How do we reach into there and start working with some of those actors that are being managed in there? So, who still hasn't learned how to code? Blazor, Mr. Magoo. So what we're going to do, let me go back over, here's the pot. We have this configuration model, and we're now able to, using this actor selection, we're able to actually get the actor and that manages channel configuration and get the channel configuration coming out of it. Now we're going to start to paint it on screen, and we'll write a save method to write that configuration back through our channel configuration actor here. So we'll have some sort of a save method that takes that and goes and does something. Yeah. How dare I transact on the mobile device without giving Apple a cut? Well, Apple, what can I tell you? What are we doing? This is C#. We're going to be working with the Blazor framework, and we're about to wire up. No, don't show me that error message. We're about to wire up user interface using C#, but it'll run server side and give us some really nice usability in the browser compared to Blazor that runs on top of WebAssembly in your browser, where you have to ship down DLLs to everyone's browser and it has to execute all in the browser. Is this project shared on GitHub? Yes, it is. So let's put a project command out here. Working on the project command says Jeff is working on. I think that's what it says. Working on the configuration page for the Pixelbot. Source code at, and there's our GitHub link. Give me 1 second. There we go. See, that looks weird. Jeff is currently working on. Say that. That looks better. All right. So, taking a look here, this was the unit test page that we just discussed. So let me go back over to this. Now, we've got the user information here. The user's name is what comes out in their identity here. That's their channel name for the user that's logged in. So I should have the configuration stored here. And we ran into an issue where this was triggering and there was something missing on the page and there was a JavaScript error happening. 99.5% positive sentiment. That's amazing. Someone fire tacos at the channel so we can try and tick that up to 100. Tacos just might do it. Yes, I'm drinking green apple today and you can see right through my drink. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
Squirrel!
It is. I'm very squirrel today. Okay. So let's run this. See what it looks like in the browser. And see if we can figure out what's that piece that's missing. So that we can get the page rendering. Green apple, what now? That is, I drink G Fuel here during the stream. So it's green apple, G Fuel. It's an energy drink. There's a G Fuel command there in chat. There you go. So I haven't had coffee in more than 9 months now. So it's been tremendous. So there we go. So I'm logged in already. C# Fritz. There you go. And if I click through to configuration, this is where we were running into a little bit of an issue, and it's right here. So I'm gonna stop the application here so it doesn't.
500 bonus 50.
Oh my goodness! TBD Gamer with the big cheer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we will get that into into some cheer graffiti here. I am off my game today. I am so sorry. And we'll make a donation to Coder Dojo. Thank you so much, TBD Gamer. $5.50. Oh, yeah. Love seeing that. I will put that in right now. TBD Gamer. All right. There we go. So this is telling me the toggle nav menu is not defined. I don't have a toggle nav menu. Okay. I wonder why not. There was an unhandled exception. For more details on detailed exceptions in circuit options, detailed errors. Okay. I'm not familiar with that. We'll have to look that up. But this toggle nav menu not defined. Wonder where that is. How's it going, Azure Koi? Good to see you. Frankberg asks, how do you live without coffee? I knew you were superhuman, C# Fritz. Well,
people know me.
That gives me energy to get through the day. But
wait, let me explain something to you.
G Fuel's pretty magnificent. Not sponsored, not an ad, just a big fan. And I've got a ton of these tubs that I've gone through here. And it works for me. So, all right. So somewhere I'm missing a reference to, right, if we look here, right, this error that we get here, reference error, right, this is telling me that toggle nav menu isn't on my page where it needs to be. And if I look at the components that use this, see, this has toggle nav menu. Well, that's got to appear somewhere, right? That's got to be around in the page. So where is, right? It's got to be, oh, come on now. Toggle nav menu. I don't know where that lives, and I'm not sure where it's missing. We need at on click now. Oh, that's what we're missing. Right. That needs to be turned over. Because this was updated from an older version. Right, there it is down there. So we need to change this. Thank you for picking up on that. Right, so it changes to the bold and turquoise here because it's now a C# reference to the method handler to click. Just like these navlink elements here are in the turquoise, it's because those are C#. Those are .NET objects that are going to be rendered. The things that are in aqua over here, those are HTML, right? Those are formatting. Div is a block element, right? And the things inside of it, a UL, an unordered list, right? Bulleted list. L item, those LI, those are list items, right? So these are each one of the bullets. So that's okay. We're good there. Okay. So that should, I hope that was the only thing I needed there. I hope that was just that simple. There are a few on that page. I don't see them. Oh, there they are. You're right. Hang on. Stop. There's one right there. I think that's it. Anywhere else? There's 1, 2. Yep, just those two. Let's fix that. Move on. How's it going, Lannon? Non-spawns? What are non-spawns? Oh, non-sponsored. Yeah. Yeah. So, come on. All right, there it is. Configuration. There was an unhandled exception in the current circuit. All right, that's something I want to figure out. What is this? Circuit options detailed errors. Let's take a look at what that is. Right? And I want to make sure I stop this so it doesn't try and reconnect and just swamp my machine again like it was doing yesterday. Circuit options detailed errors. What is this? Let's see what we got here. How to turn on circuit options detailed errors in Blazor. Yeah. Web host create default builder, use setting web host detailed errors key. True. Now, it's not there. Like, it's not the same as... You told me to turn on circuit options detailed errors, but it's not called detailed errors. It's called web host defaults detailed errors key. Whatever. So let's go see about setting that up. Thank you for the follow, Neffy. Appreciate you joining us. All right, so use setting web host defaults. And here's another thing. That's a Boolean. Why did I have to turn it into a string here?
Mason_Airbay just subscribed.
Thanks so much for the sub. Appreciate you joining us. Create default builder. Use setting. Doesn't like that. And we'll make a donation to Coder Dojo for that sub, just like we do for all our subs and all of our cheers this quarter. Boolean.trueString. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Should this be inside here? Is that... Do I have it just in the wrong place? I think I do. I think that's what it was. Thank you for the follow, Silly Gamer. Appreciate you joining us. Let's do this. Let's move this over here so that use startup is the last item. I think that's better. All right, now let's see if we can get that detailed setting and see what's going on. Neffy says, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Looking into Blazor for the first time just yesterday. Very interested in it, but new to web dev. That's okay. So I'm going to see here. Object reference not set to an instance of an object and no idea what it is. Somewhere in the rendering. That feels bad. Okay. Go away. Stop. So... Okay, there's something about my page that's missing some context. So let's close out some of these. This. Configuration doesn't exist when it's first rendered. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to wrap this. If configuration is null, do something like that. Otherwise, that. Because the object is empty. There's nothing there until it finishes loading the control, and it's going and getting that information off disk. So it's not loaded. There's nothing in there. So, oh, thank you for confirming that. All right, I will stick with that pronunciation. How's it going, Stelzy? Good to see you. TBD Gamer says, I wish C# would allow us to do if configuration. There we go. Ugh. So, yeah. Now we can start putting configuration on the page. Spicy Condiment says that could have taken an hour to find. Not wrong. It would have been nice if that null reference exception had told us what the object was that was null. Right? And that's typically something that you can set up when you throw a null reference exception is, right, you can pass in, this is the object that's null, and it's not. Some feedback for the Blazor team. It'd be nice, especially on rendering, because Spicy Condiment's right here. That would have taken a long time to find that error. Yeah, Hugo. Stelzy's looking, not Stelzy, TBD gamers looking for that type of testing with the language. Good morning, JAF 1021.
Well, do your best.
I will, and it's great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. That's argument null exception, was it? You can still do it with a null exception. You can put in the name of that object, so you can at least get it. Get access to that thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
People know me.
And you know what I mean, all right? So, ASP.NET team.
Make it so.
Let us know where that is. You know what? Okay. Let's do this. Let's see if we can help them out a little bit. What do you think? I'm just going to flip this real quick and rerun it so that it does break, and maybe we can see exactly where that error is so that we can open an issue in the ASP.NET repository suggesting a more descriptive error message for us. No, we're not going to be horsing around. What was that? What was that? Unable to connect to the... Well then. Try it again.
And then?
They'll fix it? Hopefully they'll fix it. They'll make it easier for us. What did I do? Go. Do it. Make it happen.
You can do it!
Thank you. That didn't take so long. So I'm purposely breaking this. Yes.
Oh my.
Look at that. Null reference exception when I have the debugger attached. Right? Configuration get return no. So I get the appropriate error message here. And if I F12 and look into this, right? It would have been nice if we had gotten that information output here. You know what I mean? Nah. We're already pretty good. I think
60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, about 60% of the time we're good. So we're over here. Let's open a tab. GitHub, ASP.NET. I forget which repository it's in. It might be just ASP.NET Core. That's a lot of issues. Oh my goodness. Graham Weldon's rating us right now. Ow, look at that. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, raiders. That one's okay. So, how's it going there, raiders? Yeah, you can defend the channel with ! Defend and let those raiders know that we will not be overcome. Right? How's it going there, raiders? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Jeff. We're writing a little code with Blazor today. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. What was I playing? I was playing a color. It was green. That's what I was playing. So this is a real problem with server-side Blazor. Like, you've got a rendering issue in here, you're done. There is no memory gate there. You saw it grabbed 13 gig of memory and started crashing my machine. That's a problem. Code Stencil!
Code Stencil just subscribed.
Thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate that. And we'll make a donation to Coder Dojo. Thank you very, very much for that.
Woo!
So there's something there that we're gonna. Right, we've got to push back on some of those folks that server-side Blazor just crushes the machine. And I'm not quite sure where to open that at. Do I have? I don't. Like, that's a fatal issue. I think it's in ASP.NET Core. They did a bunch of juggling of the repositories here. And... is it Razor? I guess? Sure. Okay. Memory? Oh boy. No. 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 Don't see it here. But that keeps recurring here when we hit some sort of a rendering error here with server-side Blazor. It just it sucks up all the memory. Is there a Blazor area filter? Oh my goodness. Area Blazor. And memory? No. Default memory limit? No, it's not in here at all. And hang on, that P0 critical, perform reliability benchmarks. Yeah, let's open a bug report. This is important. Server-side Blazor with rendering errors, races and consumes all memory. Right? I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing here. And
Great Scott!
yes, I hope the Great Scott takes a look at it. I'm gonna reach into the video producer here on Twitch, and I'm actually gonna grab a link to today's video for opening this. Let me see. How can I grab? There it is. Okay, labels. What labels can we have here? Well, I'm gonna add Blazor. I'm going to add, is there memory? No. RAM? No. Error? No. Bug? Bug. Okay, there we go. While working with and it's important that you give this kind of feedback to the team so that they can fix this kind of thing. Do I have any feedback on earlier bugs that I've reported? Yes, they've gotten addressed. Actually, some of the bigger things that we've run into earlier, they have been addressed. While working with a server-side Blazor project, when a null reference error happens inside the Razor file, the server races and all memory is consumed. Consider the demo on video at... And how far in are we right now? We are 45 minutes in. Start at the 35-minute mark, roughly. using ASP.NET Core 3 Preview 8. Build a simple server-side Blazor application. Reference a null object in the Razor markup. Browse to that page. Wait while memory is consumed. Expected behavior. No extra memory consumption when a rendering error happens, right? Screenshots. Oh, you know what? We could grab... I could grab that null reference, couldn't I? Let's see if we can... let's run this. Did it crash my machine? Came real close. That is Kestrel. Can you do what while it's still... Yes! You can go back and clip it. Yep. Oh, you are clipping. Oh, awesome, Jan Lyons. Thank you. So I'm going to click here. Oh, I fixed it. Let's go back over here. Change that to this. Control F5 to get it to start. Okay. F12 so we can see down here. Click that. Stop! Stop! Please stop. And I will... Error reported in JavaScript console is... Oh yeah. It's so good. And messy. Ugh. So we get that. Yes! I said JavaScript. I should have edited this. Get rid of that. Throw it in the... Oh, good point. Good point. Throw it in the triple backticks. Triple backticks. That way it'll be formatted as code. There we go. Yeah, you're right. Make that into a code block. That looks so much better. Now they have a little bit more context as to what's going on. I'm gonna hold it. See if we can get that clip. If Jan Lyons is able to grab the clip, we'll just attach that. All right. Look at that. I've already got a thumbs up on this. Hack! Conficient. Thank you. Let me get rid of... There was an extra additional context. I'll get rid of the instruction there. It starts at 33 minutes. Okay. I will... You know what? Let's update... start at the 33-minute mark. So, this is really handy because they've got a video showing how this happened. Ah, look at that. Look at the sentiment. Oh, we're doing great. Tacos. Get some tacos. Is the memory usage in client or server? It's in the server. It's in the Visual Studio console process is where it was spiking. You can put the timestamp in the link to the video. Yes, you can, Fossils. Yes. Tell you what, if somebody has, excuse me. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. The project used in this video sample is at Bazinga. There it is. Tacos would be quite pleasant. Breakfast, street, you name it. Tacos! Everybody loves tacos. How can you not like tacos, right? You can put anything in them. Oh, you like Lucky Charms? Put Lucky Charms in your tacos. You like ice cream? Have a Choco Taco. It's delicious. See? Everybody loves tacos. All right. So let's get back into this. Let's fix that the right way here. There it is. Let's actually start putting some configuration fields here so that you can configure and save the configuration for your channel. And this page, I expect to get significant growth. I expect as we add features, as we add widgets to this, the saving of the configuration, this is going to be one of those places that we're going to turn into a lot of components. Maybe there's a configuration component per widget, and they get loaded up here and painted on screen in different tabs, all kinds of stuff that this is going to grow into, and we're just at the beginning of our journey with being able to configure this. You like to put tacos in your tacos. What? What? I don't know how to eat crunchy tacos without a protective apron. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It'd be quite nice in a web config like this to be able to export configuration as a JSON. Well, you can. Oh, you can copy JSON and paste it as C#. But if you could take C# and paste it as JSON, that would be cool. Pizza taco? Have you heard of the South Philly taco? Where they take a Philadelphia cheesesteak and they wrap it in pizza? Oh, it's terrible for you, but looks so delicious. And there's so much bread there, I can't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Ugh. Anyways. All right, so I have the channel. Get out of here, code. So the channel name is there. Did I get the timed link yet? No. No, I did not. Hamburger taco. Hamburger taco? Help me out with that one, Azure Koi. What's in a hamburger taco? Mead of Enum. Taco recursion. Oh, that's great, Jan Lyons. Thank you. Let me copy that. Let me update this. Where I say start at the 33-minute mark, consider the demo on video at, I can just, because it's got the time embedded now. Nice. Thank you very much, Jan Lyons. Good call. All right, that's good. So here, let me link the issue in chat in case you want to take a look at it. Yeah, big hype to Jan Lyons for doing the dirty work there. Coins for you. There we go. I'm not sure what you can do with those coins, but you have some Mario coins now. They're Mario coins. If you have 10 of them, you can get an extra life. It's something like that. 100 of them, that's what it is. Gluten-free Philly taco. Fritz's new business when I'm tired of coding. I've actually got a better idea, I think. I've got this idea.
Squirrel!
I've got this idea for either mid-mall snacking or boardwalk snacking, right? Maybe midway at a theme park snacking. Place called Dippin' Dippin' Dippin'. Everybody loves to dip stuff, whether it's chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, pretzel bites, right? You love to dip in things. So what if you could develop a cup for your French fries, for your whatever, and you have the food in the middle, but you have all, right? You have little mini cups for the dips that hang around the outside. And the whole thing is the whole gimmick is you have all these different dips that you can get to go with whatever that food is. Whether it's barbecue sauce to go with chicken, maybe it's ketchup or mayonnaise to go with French fries, or maybe it's mustard or all kinds of different dips, ranch dressing, I don't know, whatever your thing is. But be able to dip and bounce around and choose and mix and match. And that's the whole gimmick. And right, the food is actually sold a little bit cheaper, but you have these gourmet higher end dips that's what you're actually paying for. You're paying for those. You pay extra for those. You can't just go and there's a dispenser and you can get lots of dips. No, the dips are what you're there for. You love the taste of the dips. The chicken, the potato, whatever it is, that's the vehicle to get you to the tasty dips. Hot nacho cheese is your dip of choice. Yes, right? The cholesterol later 2000. You're not wrong, Spicy Condiment. But that type of restaurant would be right up your handle's alley. Your nickname's alley, Spicy Condiment. Dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge, and go dip some more. Yes, dip some more, and have some more dip. Does corn flour contain gluten? No, it does not. The Visual Studio Live Share hat, that's what I've got today. Yep. All right. Let's go back to our project while I back up the vehicle here. Tubbo, nachos, and salsa galore. There's another good idea, right? Salsa to go with nachos, right? But to be able to mix and match the different things and dip in. Oh my gosh. Am I gluten-free? Asks Azure Koi.
Squirrel.
Yes, I am. I am not by choice. I have, well, and then I eat things that aren't gluten. I have celiac disease, so I do have to avoid wheat, barley, and rye. So, okay. It's good to know another friend in celiac. Is that a word? Is that a thing? You miss Wonder Bread? Yeah. There's a place in Dallas called the Seven Salsas. Different specialty salsa every day of the week. Ooh. What's my gluten-free go-to? I don't know. Sporky 1982, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. Barley candy. Not familiar with barley candy. That's new on me. Okay, so we've got our configuration page that it can actually do something now. Our current configuration for a channel is in this channel configuration object here. So you have the channel name, you have whether the guessing game is enabled, and right now we aren't doing anything with that. Currency, whether we're managing channel currency here, and now we have feature configurations that we're going to start to layer in here for all the different features that we're building. So somehow on Twitch it always turns to food. You know why it does? You know why everything turns to food in the discussions here? It's because everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. No, it's not the bread channel. That's over on Mixer. Over on Mixer, go to the art category. It's the top channel in art. It's a piece of white bread. That's it. That's all that's it. Everyone is hungry. Yeah, we're getting close to lunch. Food fight emotes. There they come. All right, so we're going to start layering into our channel configuration the various feature configurations. Everything is sauce. Bam, there's another store. Yeah. C# pizza? No. Too much. Okay. So, what did I do? Did I put in an issue over here? Did I start? Yeah, user activity train. I put all the things in here that we're going to need to be able to configure. Counter, the timer, the action, and the appearance. Appearance I'm not going to get into right now. But I think the time between each action and the type of action. Let's put together a simple configuration with those two properties so that we can save and interact with them. Now, what? If I hadn't eaten the last hour, I would have gotten hungry because of all the food talk. This is not a cooking stream. Please consult my friend Sushi Day. That's our friend Allison Day and her husband Sun. Her husband's name is Sun. And they do a cooking stream here. Can someone drop a shout out to Sushi Day there in channel?
Oh my!
It's delicious. Saturday and Sunday. They specialize in various Asian cuisines, and it's really great looking stuff that they're making. I mean, I finished watching their show, and fortunately, it's right about dinner time. Cause man, do I get hungry. So let's do these two, timer and action. Put those two into a right. This is the user activity train. So I'm going to start building out this location here, and we'll figure out how we can get those feature configurations loaded. So let's call this user activity train, right? And I'm going to add, I don't need no mouse. Yeah. User activity configuration. Something like that. And we're also going to have that as a feature. Public class user activity train feature, which means that's going to inherit from base feature. There we go. What don't you like there? What do we need to add? Implement that class. This is the user activity train. All right, so now we got something there. When the feature is triggered, we're going to go do something. Hey. There we go. We're going to go do something, but isn't there, right, a feature configuration, base feature configuration. So I will implement base feature configuration. And I forget what this class looks like, so I'm going to hit F12 and go see. So a base feature configuration has a channel name, is enabled, is visible. This feels stupid. This feels redundant. You know? Ninja'd? What happened? No. Oh, Jan Lyons, right. Yeah, shoutouts are a VIP or moderator only feature. That way I can't have trolls drop into channel and just start shouting out all their friends and things that I don't want to promote. So, okay. Good. Okay. So I think I can get rid of the channel name here. This feels redundant. So let me see where the reference is to this. There we go. Yeah. What is configuration.channelName? That's the base feature configuration. And it's I don't I'm gonna leave it there for now, right? Do we really need this one? If the feature configuration is included in the channel configuration, right? In which case I should be able to walk up to the channel configuration from this, right? And have that two-way relationship. Underneath the seat of my car. What? What's underneath the seat of my car? Or on a coat hook beneath my... Oh, my Philly.net hat? We found it. It was in a box or something. So, all right. And this, I think, goes away also. I think I can get rid of that. If I include this as part of... Right, if I include the configuration as part of the thing. You know. The channel configuration. So we're going to need to figure that out also. So user activity configuration. We're going to need an enum here so we can specify the different types of those different types of notifications, right? Which are which action are we tracking? User activity type. User activity train type. Follow, subscription, cheer. Right? I think those are the three. There we go. The three that we want to focus on, but we're going to start with follow. I'll define a property inside of this configuration of type user activity train type. And we'll call this type. And I'm going to force this to follow to start. Support other types. Yeah. Wait, let's... There we go. That's fine. That's fine. We also wanted to set the timer. So we need a time span. No. Don't do it as a time span, because that'll be really nasty to synchronize, to serialize out to disk. Max time between actions in seconds. We are nothing if not descriptive in our property names here, aren't we, chat room? And let's say that's 300 seconds. So it's 5 minutes, right? Try and get followers every 5 minutes. Okay, that's easy. So now our feature, right? We'll have the configuration made available. Yeah. Okay. Here. This is a feature that I think... No. Does this have just a... It has just is enabled, is visible. Everybody, these are always true. Okay. Strange to see Twitch app now have some categories in Finnish too. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That name will be fun for a... What type of file is that? For a, is that supposed to be a JSON file? Nah, it'll be great. It'll be great. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to check if is enabled, if not is enabled, return, and do something with the new action received. We'll figure out what to do with that. But I have a base configuration here. Let's move this to its own file. Oh, it is in its own file. Move this into its own file. Okay. I need to go back to the domain configuration object, the channel configuration object. Here. I don't think I need this. For each feature and features to make. I don't think... Like, I should be able to... Instead of going through all of this, I should be able to get the feature out of the channel configuration that I've already got. Let me see, where's this used? It's in the channel actor. Okay, okay. So I should be able to pass the channel configuration into it. Right? Because that's private for each channel. So it's going to start up for each channel, go find the features that are available, and configure them. Yeah, this should be a static collection and only happen once. Okay. That's good. And it's going into that feature object collection and going and figuring out, alright, how do we create and what do we do with these? Let's do... Part of me feels like I should pass in the channel configuration here. And I should be able to, right? Create an initialized field. Boom. Love it. So now, what I'd like to be able to do is instead of this, I want to be able, from channel configuration, here, I don't want this method. I'd rather have this as a collection. Right? I'd rather have something that looks like and feels like a collection, so I can just say, give me the feature, the configuration for this feature, which is going to be like a dictionary of string and base feature configurations. Feature configurations. Right? Right? I'm going to need to put a constructor in here so that it creates that thing. Or I can do that. So it's just there. Take care, young lions. Thanks for tuning in. So this will have a collection of feature configurations available to me that I can just add things into. So if I go back over here, instead of saying get the feature configuration, this is the channel config. So now I don't need to pass it in here, get features for stream event. In the channel actor, I should be able to just say that. I realize I just broke something somewhere here. And this was just trying to get it up and running, trying to warm it up. Register the routes. If I do that, get features for stream event, this, yeah, I don't, configuration, well, configuration, now I'm passing a null around. That's not good. So let's think about this. The chat room feature needed a way to set up the hub. Register routes right here. So what I'm looking at here is I need a way to set up, to initialize these features when the application starts up. This way, these capabilities are available to us when we actually need them in the application. Let's think about this. Because, right, I want... That's fine for initial values. You can go away now. I want to be able to configure all of the, do the startup configuration of all those things at the get-go. You know? What do you think here, chat room? What do you think? What do you think? So in startup, setting up the plugin bootstrapper here warms it up. That gets it set up so that it's able to build out the features, right? If I tell it, I don't want to get the features for all the stream events. I want to configure all the features. Right? I want to register the routes for all the features. Why don't we just write that method then? Right? Instead of like adding that, right? Right, because no, this is C#, and we're going to be using we're using some Blazor here on the front end, but I need to, I'm setting up so that my features in their configuration that I'm returning are properly populated before I get down into it. So let's make this, the feature collection that's in here is a static collection. So public static void configure initialize features. Initialize the features of the application. To be used, this method should be called in startup. Okay? And right here, I want to pass the iApplication builder into this. Right? This way, what I can do is, because that's a static, we just configured it right there, which means that the static constructor fired as well. I can say plugin bootstrapper initialize features app. Oops, went the wrong way. I can get rid of that, but I'm going to end up writing this. Check this out. Right, all right. We're gonna need to clean that up just a smidge. Do I have that right? Put a paren on that, and a semi. Okay, the features collection is in underscore features. There we go. Done. Yeah, I think that works. Do I have YouTube tutorials? Asks MM one of a kind. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the links. They're intended to be very beginner friendly. That feels like it's wrong. Type does not, so features are types at this point. Oh, we're also going to need the service provider. Well, I have the service provider. Right? Right there. So I can create it and call it. Yeah. That works. Right? I could even put a using around this just to make sure. Right, so that it cleans up appropriately when it's done. Nah, it doesn't have a disposable. New feature. There we go. Okay. So that should make those available. It should register everything. And down here, when we need to get the feature configuration, instead of saying get feature configuration, we will say like that. Features? Feature configurations, there it is. So I actually don't need to pass. Do I need to pass it in there? Yeah. Cool. All right. What I should do is not just say if feature config equals null. I should check to say if it's enabled, then do these things. All right, there it goes. Tutorials question should be, it should link to workshops. You're right. You're right. And I need to move around things on the YouTube page so the workshops are a little bit easier to find. I just need to spend like a half a day working on the YouTube page, trimming it out a little bit. I think that'll get my configuration back that I want. So right now, where'd it go? When it gets that configuration, how do I set up the defaults? How do I insert a default configuration for a new type over there? Because I don't want these to be tightly coupled. I want to be able to add features and have them just, well, have them pop up on the configuration page. All right, let's talk about the configuration page. We'll just start putting things in here. And we'll worry about simplifying, making it a little bit more clever later. So let's put an H2 here. All right, this should be an H1 for channel configuration. And this will be a user activity train, right? So we'll have a label. And this will be a label for what will eventually be, let's call it user activity train. Type. Yeah. Activity type. And now I'm going to create an input, but a select actually. Input select. There we go. That's even better. Here we go. Oh, look at all that good stuff. So where are my values coming from? Oh, the T. The type parameter for it. Yes. Yes, yes. So that's going to be the user activity configuration Oh, come on. User activity train type, right? Come on, tell me that's a thing. Come on. Do I have to put... Do I need the full namespace? Am I missing the full namespace? Is that the thing there? Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to put this into a using statement. Right? Because I know I'm going to have those. Why isn't it loading up there? Hey, Goran Hal. Good to see you. Oh, what happened there? Yeah. Yeah, why doesn't it like that using statement? Oh, you know what? There's an extra thing there. Oh, now you don't like that one. Can I just go down to that? Is it? No. Okay. And we're gonna bind the value to... So here's where I'm gonna go back, right? This is, right, so I'm writing, this looks like HTML, but I'm actually gonna save into my configuration model that sits here behind the scenes. User activity configuration. Now that's a really complex type. Do I pull these back together or have them as separate fields and try and bind into that object? Could say if configuration, feature configurations. What was the key for it? User activity train. That feels weird to be passing that around. Hello there. What? That was weird. Darmendra, welcome. Appreciate the follow. I could say contains key, right? But right, user activity train feature. Yeah. If it does contain it, then we'll set This is ugly left-right code. Feature configuration. That's going to come back as a base feature configuration, but I'm going to have to turn it back into a user activity configuration. That feels weird. I'm not going to like that long term. I'd rather that be a little bit more clever in how it does that. But I'm just trying to get something in there. Else equals default user activity configuration. Nah, just say new on it. Right, so now I've got that one. An extension method with generic parameters? Yeah, maybe. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. We're trying to get this follower count here to 8,000 in the next week and a half. I don't think we're going to make it. We got a long way to go. But for each 100 followers, when that gets to 7,600, we'll give away another sticker pack here on stream. Extension method would be cleaner. It would be. I'm not going to get wrapped up in that right now because I only have the one. But let me get back to that. Let me figure that out. Right, because I'm going to want these to be very generic in the future. But even then, saving the value down into there, right, from my Razor page, there it is, right? I'm going to bind this into user activity configuration type. I hope that works. Oh, doesn't like it. Can I convert from user activity train type to user activity train type? Why not? Why not? It's the same thing. User activity train feature. No. Is that the one it's supposed to be? There we go. All right. So if that's up top, I can get in the using statement. I should be able to get rid of that. There we go. That still works. Okay. So now you can select an activity type. Ugh. ID. ID? Name? ID? I don't have an ID? Like that? This type of situation is where it'd be nice to have some sort of inheritance on static methods. Yes. You're not wrong. Not wrong at all. So I'm gonna need another label here for timer. Let's just say time. Time in seconds to continue train. Okay, and this is going to be an input number. I don't have, but we're going to bind value to the user activity configuration. Max time between actions in seconds. There we go. That seems easy. Almost too easy. And then we need a button. Save changes. On click equals save changes. Yeah, I know, it's not there. I want you to make it. Doesn't know how to make it yet. And now I feel sad. Yep, configuration model. So this is our page, our component model that supports and has all the features, has all the C# to manage that page. So I'm going to make this a public void save changes method. And we're going to actually save the changes. So how do I save the changes? Well, I need to get... Be great if I could validate. To do. We'll figure that out. But we need to get that actor that we're going to work with, the channel configuration actor. This, with how ugly that is, I want to turn that into a method. No. You make me sad. Yeah, extract method. Get configuration actor. Because I don't want to have to remember all that nonsense. Just put it there. Actor equals get configuration actor. Done. Now I've got the configuration actor. Oh, wait a sec. But that doesn't have the user. Right, user's up here. Well, I'm okay with that one. Right, so now I've got the user. What do you mean? You don't want to do that. Okay, fine. Async task. Thank you. Alright, so now I should be able to save the configuration by saying, well, first off, I want to put the user activity configuration back into our channel configuration. So, configuration, feature configurations, user activity train. Right, isn't that how we got it? Oh, just user activity. I don't like that. Maybe I do need to make that. That sounds weird to you? Oh, inheritance on static methods. Yeah. LiveShare does not have swag of its own. Nope. I do not wait for swag, no. Putting their icons on hats and things. I'm not selling them. Marketing is not they're okay with that. But feature I would love to, let's see what we can do with this. Let me go back to that channel configuration, see if we can make this a little bit easier to work with some C# work here. Right, so if we have a public static class, channel configuration extensions. Right, and we want to return some type get configuration for feature of type T. No, and it's going to be, I want to attach this to that, which is this type. So this is how you extend, add features into a class that you don't have access to. You create what's called an extension method like this. So get configuration for feature. So we'll be able to say feature configurations, get configuration for feature, right? And let's call this dictionary. Where base feature configuration. So what we've done now, right? Why don't you like that? Because I'm not returning anything. This needs to be static. Thank you. You want t-shirts, sweatshirts for the live coders? We can do stuff like that. There's definitely interest in a live coders swag shop that I think we're going to end up standing up. Jerseys are a little bit trickier because they can't make those one-off. So we'll have to wait for a batch of them to be made and send them all out in one shot. There we go. So, right, what I want to do is I want to say, I want to take this. If it contains key, check this out. Name of, can I just do name of T? That might work. So then I can say, right, return dictionary name of T, like that. Change this to like that as T. Else, oh, I also need to put a, well, that is already a class, right? Can I just say new T? Like that? I think I need to put new, yeah. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. I don't even need the else there, right? So that makes it a little bit easier. Instead of having this, right? I can just say... No, wrong key. Right, now I can just say get configuration for feature, user activity configuration. And now it's all wrapped up over there. Thank you for the follow, Darving. Do you need the as T? Do I need the... Yes, because what comes out of this is a base feature configuration. I'd like to cast it back to the appropriate configuration that we're going to be storing. So... okay. So now back over here, I was working on that Save Changes button. Where's that Save Changes button? Back down here. Okay. So I've got the configuration, feature configurations, user activity configuration. I don't like that that's wrapped up there. Right, that's some business logic that has leaked outside of the model. We'll move this assignment somewhere else. Another extension method? Maybe? We'll figure that out. And to save this, then, I'm going to need to do actor.tell. I'm going to tell the configuration actor. Hey, thank you for the follow. Is that supposed to be... Is that RevNed? Welcome. I'm going to tell it I have a new save configuration for channel. That's what it is. The name of my channel is the user identity name. Channel configuration is configuration. Done. Boom. That's all I needed. All right. Feel good about that. I think it should work. Should work. Let's see what this looks like. Let's give it a shot. Name of is going to come out with user activity configuration. Yes. Yes, it is, TBD Gamer. Name of is a way for you to, right, get effectively the string for the name of whatever it is you're passing into that method. This way, you don't have a string actually sitting there. And if we rename this class using some refactoring, it'll impact here also, and it'll update appropriately. Would I like to continue and run? No. What did I break? This is in the channel actor. Oh, well, we need to move that to when we have channel configuration. So I can come down here and say... this dot... Why doesn't it... oh, it's just Bootstrapper. Now it's got the thing. Good. Try that again. Name of operator is evaluated at compile time, has no effect at runtime. Yep. Turns it into the string and drops it in there while it compiles. It's strictly syntactical sugar. To keep us from making stupid mistakes. Oh, we got a problem. Input select requires a cascading parameter of type edit context. For example, you can use input select. Great. For example, give me a link to it. You know what I mean?
Oh my.
Isn't it going to end up being type of T name? Oh, you're right. You're right, TBD Gamer. while that's going, let me... Where was it? Right, it was the channel configuration. Type of t dot name. No, I think the name of does this. Well, let's see what happens. Here we go. Hey, wow, it actually found documentation in the search. Who knew? Okay, input select, and there's the options. But... that's it. Okay. Oh, I'm not in an edit form, that's why. Okay. So I'm brand new to using some of those capabilities. So edit form is the top level control to get us some context for this, right? And if I'm doing this correctly, then at the bottom, button type submit. So changes from save changes to type equals submit. So edit form, what do I need to put on this? Edit form needs a model. Configuration, I guess. There's an edit context? No. On submit equals save changes. That should work. Let's see how that works. So wait, if you have a parameter specified by an interface, will name of return the interface name or the specific class name of the object? It should return the concrete name of the object. There we go. Well, that didn't... Okay, we've got the right... But I need to put a carriage return there, and this didn't pick up these things. Okay. Getting there. Getting there. Thank you for the follow. I'm not sure... help me out with how to pronounce your name. I'm happy to pronounce it here in channel. Where did... There it is. So maybe I just hard code these in here for right now. Right? I mean, I've got the type. I didn't actually specify what they are. Right, that input select, I'd love to have it use to show me, right, to go across the enumeration and output what those things are. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. And I don't want to write a for loop for those either. Ugh. No. So I need to do option values. All right, fine. Option value equals, and what were they? Let's make sure I get the right values here. Follow, subscription, cheer. Follow. Value equals subscription. Equals cheer. And that should put something in those. And hopefully that works. Hopefully it finds and binds to the right object. You know? Okay. There we go. So now if I save that, oh, here's where the rubber's gonna meet the road there, team. Here. Right, save changes. Let's see how this does. Oh man, let's see how this does. Let me close some of these other things. No. And let me go to, right, it was the configuration, channel configuration actor. Let's see what happens when we hit there. All right, so I'm going to run this in debug mode so we can try and see that save operation come all the way through and hopefully creates a C# Fritz JSON on disk. Oh, let's see if we hit this. Let's see if we get this. Oh, drum roll, please. Oh, man, this is going to be so good if this works. I'm just going to save the default there. It's a long drum roll. It didn't do anything. I clicked save changes. It didn't do anything. Why isn't that returning? Alexo is saying that name of T returns T, not the type name. But I'm still not going anywhere when I click save change. Oh, wait a minute!
Oh my.
I know! It's already here. Alright, so get the configuration actor. Okay, good. Yeah, go get the configuration. And then go get your shine box. Name of user activity configuration. Okay, so feature configurations has one object in it. There it is. Key and the value. It doesn't have a channel name. I don't really care about that. Is enabled is false. Visible true. So we're going to need to put is enabled on the screen. That's okay. We'll figure that out. And those are the two values. They were the default values, but so what? Who cares? Save it. Okay. I'm in the channel configuration actor. Channel manager actor instance tell. Okay. So that's going to jump over to here. It's going to do the thing. What do you mean object reference not inst? Target file was null. Channel name is C# Fritz 2 lower invariant first or default. Okay, we're almost there. So target file, well, I've specified the name, so maybe I don't need, I should have done this, let this run in the thing here. Let me get rid of that. Let me also put the enable button on the configuration page while I'm here, right? Because we need enabled, right? Label 4 equals UAT enabled, right? And this will be input checkbox. Sure. Sure. And yeah, user activity configuration. User activity configuration is enabled. I know there's a better way to do this when we get to formatting this, but I'm just going to put some breaks in there so it looks properly laid out. Here we go. Give this a shot. That breakpoint did hide too well for me. It should have bubbled up and we should have seen it. Rats. That's a file info collection. Okay, so it was null, which tells me that the file doesn't exist. No, wait a sec. How did we do this when we were, right, first or default, and it just returns. Right, I'm in a directory, I want to get a file. Right? Exist? No. Hide and seek. No, no, no. Veronica, great to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Why am I blanking on this? From a directory info, I want to get file. I want to get a single file, and if it doesn't exist, let's create it. You know? Returns a file list matching the given search pattern. So maybe I just say new file info and create it directly. Right? Equals new file info, and then it wants a file name. I can path combine the storage folder, full name, and the file that I want. Now I've got it. Target file full name. So now I've got, right, there we go. All right, let's give that a shot. I think we've got it. Restless Narwhal, welcome. Hello, hello. Somebody's been playing WoW. How are you? Breakpoints. Who does that? Who does these things? Who does that? I don't know. Oh, now I've angered it. Input checkbox requires a value for the value expression. Normally this is provided automatically when using bind value. Fine. Be that way. That feels so much easier to do it this way. To always use the bind value, right? Whenever I use the value parameter with these Razor directives, Blazor components, I always feel like I'm missing something, right? I'm trying to get it to activate a feature and it's just not enabled, right? So I'm going to check that, and we should move this down. Whatever. See, it didn't bring this to the front. Whatever. So now if I look at the user activity configuration that's here on the page, right, is enabled, it did save the value properly. That's really small, and I'm going to apologize for that. But it did set that value properly. Jump through. So now channel name and the configuration does have feature configurations. Yes, there it is. The value, and it is set properly. Good. All right. Unable to cast. Save configuration for channel 2 type notify of channel configuration update. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. But okay, so that looks like it saved the configuration. Where did I save that to? Configuration. I need a celebration sound effect. It saved the data, right? There's my currency configuration, which will turn into a feature, so we can save that later. Feature configurations, user activity configuration, type 0, that's fine. Max activity between seconds, channel name, that's fine. Is enabled true, that's the value that we set, right? And the others are defaults. It worked! It's not readable, but it worked. Okay. Now what? So I need to go back to the breakpoint. Where was the breakpoint? Here. It's not able to cast, right? Even though notify channel of configuration update is a safe configuration of channel. So maybe I just, instead of trying to cast it, just create a new one and kind of shoehorn it in there. Right? Like that. So that it notifies everything. Ultramark suggests add Newtonsoft JSON formatting indented to the JSON convert serialize object. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Here, which is actually data here. Save configuration. File write all text right here. Formatting dots indented.
Bazinga.
That feels better. One more time, let's see if this goes. Hugo asks, where's Fierce Kittens? She has a good success song for me, dance and all. You're not wrong at all. It's a great idea. Let's see what we get here. Okay. So far, so good. Looks good. Well, hang on. That didn't load properly. Otherwise, that would have, the enabled block there would have, right? Let's check over here. When it went to get the configuration here, let's refresh and see. So feature configurations, it has it. There's the value. Okay, the values are there. So if I step through that, right, directory contains key. If dictionary contains key, aha, right there. So you're right. So the question was name of T. The T that was passed in is not going to be shown. Give me that immediate window. Where's my immediate window? Uh-oh. I've angered Visual Studio. I don't want the interactive. I want the immediate window. Okay, I guess I'm using this one. So let's do name of T. It doesn't know what that is. What happened to the immediate window? Yeah, I thought I wanted the immediate window, but... Okay, T... Yeah, okay. Name of T. Type of T. There we go. Okay, this is what we were saying earlier, is I'm probably gonna have to take that instead of doing name of, do type of T dot name. That's what I want. That's what I want. You were right, chat room. So by doing that, then if I go back over to here, yeah, we're gonna want to make this assignment in there into an extension method also, so that it's properly, all that logic is put in there. You're right. Chat was correct. Bazinga. All right, rerun that. Don't I know? Chat is always right, says Ecomath. It's like a treasure that you'd find while scouring working through a deep, dark dungeon. Chat is right. There we go. Let's see how this works. Here we go. Configuration. All right. Loading the configuration. Getting configuration for feature. So this should now... There it is. Now it's got it. Right? So now my enabled button should be checked. Or not. Object reference not set to an instance of a Blazor server JS. Oh, no. Oh, I better stop it. I better stop it. That was close. Something wasn't an instance of an object. Right, this should be a thing here. I can jump through to that at this point. So that we can get it loading properly from disk. Okay, let's see what we get. Alright, so user activity configuration. Now, why is that null? Right, this should have returned... Is it because... Right, Did it lose everything because it cast everything to a base configuration, base feature configuration? I bet it did. I bet that load there casted it, and we lost it. Casted it? Cased it. Did a thing. So what if we make that... Let's go generic again. I could just...
Oh my.
Right? I would love for that to be an interface. Right, because... Well, and then we'll be able to bring it back appropriately, I think. Because I think we're losing... I think we're losing the details of the object when we're coming back out, right? When we do this cast here, it sets it to null because it isn't of that type. Oh yes, we are going to fix this. I don't have much time, but we are going to fix this so that we have our save operation working properly. Because, right, what it's loading into here, what the serializer loads into there, right, it's not keeping the robust information about the feature. What do you think? We need some tacos? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What happened there to sentiment? Yeah. Peculiar. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Right, I mean, I'm clearly losing specificity again. I could cast it coming out, sure. I could cast it directly. In which case, right, I would expect it to error out right there. Because it won't land. But if I try to make it a generic type up here, it doesn't... I can't make it a generic type because of that configuration type. Because it's a method there. There we go. Right? Bang. Unable to cast. Base configuration to type. User activity configuration. Yeah. Quick, kill it before it takes down the server, the service. So, right, if we put this where t on this, that feels weird too. Right, if I try and change it like this, right, and then where base feature configuration, see, it doesn't, yeah. And I can't do that because that's not going to work either there. Nope, see, it doesn't, the sentiment analysis isn't affected by emotes. See, it works really great for the save operation. But for the deserialization coming back, it's not giving me the full type. Right? This is a weird problem. Yeah, it is an interesting problem getting that specificity back. I feel like it's the JSON.NET serializer that is hitting this and going, oh, well, I don't know what that is. Whomp. And just lopping those things off. Let me put this back the way it was. Thank you. And looking at the data that we have saved here, that's better. I'm not sure what to do with this, because that's exactly the way that I want it to look. But how do I load that? Because there's going to be other configuration types in there, and get that specificity cast back out of it. You're right, Webface. This is a typical roadblock that you'll run into in coding. Right, you've serialized something you want to deserialize, but you're bringing it back in a very specific type, and you want that polymorphism capability of C# to still be there, so that you can translate it back and forth between the different types that you need. An abstract base class with overridden properties and methods. Well, and we've extended it. It is an abstract base class that we've extended. Thinking. What kind of game can we play this? There's a section in this in the new refactoring book. Is there? Thank you for the support, EcoMath. Yeah, but in my head right now, it's all... I don't know. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. JSON.NET deserialize base class. I don't know. How do I deserialize a derived class? Ooh, maybe. Okay. I'm going to deserialize it into proper CLR objects. It's obvious that these hold an object hierarchy on the server side. Okay. And write converters. I don't want to write. I'm going to end up going to Tashi Station for some class converters. I don't want to do that. So here we go. So I have a base class and I have a derived class. JSON deserialize list base. Yeah, that. Look at that. You are storing the type in your text. You can use the JSON serializer settings. Well, I am kind of. Using anything other than type name handling equals type name handling none could open yourself up to a security vulnerability. Type name handling equals type name handling dot auto. So JSON serialize settings, type name handling equals type name handling all, and it'll add a type in there. I'm okay with that. Here. Right? Not formatting. There it is. JSON serializer settings. No. New JSON serializer settings. The thing. And do that. Right? I'm gonna put a character turner. Indent this. Make that a little bit easier to read. And boom goes the dynamite. Let's delete this because it's not going to be able to reload it. But let's see if it can pick that up now. See if we can save and reload it. And that hopefully should get it coming back out properly. Thanks to our friend James Newton King. Come on. Come on. This would be so good if it works. No, we're not hitting escape there, Duke. Okay. So it should be initialized. There's our values. I'm going to turn that on. Just to make sure this goes to something else, I'll set it to some other value. And I'm going to turn this to 100 just so it's something else. Save changes. All right. So user activity configuration that we have here, there it is. It is enabled 100 and it's subscription. So all the things that we set are in there. Save configuration for channel. Good. Okay. Channel actors message. Okay, that's fine because it's not running. It's not actively running in there. We're really close. I like it. Okay. So let me go back over here. Configuration now. There's C# Fritz JSON, and it's indented properly. There's our types for these. Look at that. Look at that! I think we might have this. We might have this chat room. Where did it break? It broke somewhere. We're at a pause point. I know we are. Please? Okay, so it didn't cast properly again, coming back out. Let me see here. All right. We're really close. And I'm just about out of time. Here. So when it's getting it, here, it didn't get it properly. Let's pause right there. Back up one. drop down. No! Cancel, cancel, cancel. Try that again. Isn't this sort of like how people try to recreate stored events when doing event sourcing, says regex attempts? Not exactly. Not exactly. Recreating stored events is something that you can create and save those off pretty easily. Let me see here. So get configuration for the feature. Okay, so does the dictionary has one item in it and it's of type base configuration. The key is user. Okay, so that's right. The value. So yeah. Now, why does control put me into interactive? I don't want the interactive. I want the immediate. There are just too many windows here. Dear Lord. Debug. Windows. Control DI is what it is. Okay. Clear this. Dictionary. Whatever. What's the first one? It's gonna be faster to just type this. It's a base configuration, base feature configuration. And if I try and do that as user activity configuration, well, okay, there's a problem. As T? No. Yeah. We've lost the data type coming back out. There's something there. I'm going to do a little research and see what we can come up with to solve that. But we are really close on getting that to work. And then we can start to really have features coming and going from our configuration. But this little piece here is going to bug me. And I'm going to figure that out later. Let's wrap things up. Alright, so we're going to add all the things that we built here today. Now, reading and saving configuration to disk from the configuration page. And doing this generically and having this separation so that we can extend and add new capabilities to our feature configuration as those new features come online is going to be tremendous for the maintainability and extensibility of this application. It is a little, what we are doing here is a little bit of over-engineering. I could certainly simplify this and just put that user activity configuration directly into our configuration object and not even think about it. But by doing this generically, I'm hoping to take advantage of some C# inheritance and be able to just have a generic feature type, a feature configuration type that's coming and going from disk. So we'll push out those updates. If you have some insight, if you have a way to solve this, take a look at the source. Run that project command in chat. You can see where this is out there on my GitHub. All right. Let's set up and do a raid here today. If you're a subscriber on the stream, copy the first line onto your clipboard, the first line that the chatbot just put up there. If you're not, that's okay. Copy the second line so that we can go and announce our presence as we go to raid. Who can we raid here today? You know who we haven't raided in a while and we need to raid? Oh yeah. He's learning Python from scratch. We're going to raid Clark.io. He's learning Python from scratch with Cecil Phillip. Oh yeah, here we go. This is going to be fun. So I know you know Clark.io. Let's get ready to go over and say hello to our friend Brian Clark. He's another member of the Live Coders team. Let's greet him, let's say hello, and bring all of our love to him and his friends. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. This video, like all my other videos, will be available a little bit later on in the week. And I will see you back here tomorrow. We're going to have this problem fixed, and we're going to start building that feature train, building out that widget tomorrow. All right, friends? Take care.